And the athletic director left, and I asked the class, I said, what did you learn from this AD? And of course they repeat the phrase, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Networking's huge. I said, yeah, it is. I said, but what if he's wrong? What? I said, what if you got the phrase a little bit wrong? I said, what if it's what you know and who you know? Because sometimes we rely on the networking, but don't have the training and knowledge that we need in order to take advantage of that networking when the opportunity is there. And too often I've heard a student tell me, oh, you know, my dad's got this, he's going to, you know, he's a coach here, he's going to put me in this position, or I got a friend who's going to hook me up here. Oh, that's great, right? The networking's great. But if you haven't learned anything in your training and your programming, they're going to quickly find out that was a huge mistake.
Oh, absolutely.
That network's going to break down real fast. And then that person is going to go, well, I got to think twice about making recommendations. So the emphasis is on that grind that I talked about earlier of working hard and being ready for when the opportunity is there. Network, get the mentorship, and then when that opportunity is available, take advantage of it and show that you know what you're doing and you can be successful. And unfortunately, in the world of coaching, I think a lot of coaches, unfortunately, don't do that. They get the in, they may have some success, but to them that's enough. And I can't tell you how many I've seen coaches who have been required to get professional development being shoved into the classroom because they have to have it and they don't want it. Well, I mean, you see my record? Yeah, okay. Couldn't your record be better? Maybe it's you can help more kids transition through your program with less damage or maybe more support so that they become more successful. This is really a drive for getting better, having that growth mindset. And in coaching, it's a struggle to get coaches to want to do that. And I'll also add that it's not just the want, it's the cost. And for a lot of coaches, they don't get paid very well. The stipend is low. And then you're asking them to drop hundreds to go to a conference, to drop thousands to get a master's degree, where they go, what's the back end? Where's the incentive on the backside? And you go, yeah, you're right. You may not get much of a raise in your school system or in your college where you're coaching. And so the students that we tend to have are those growth mindset students who say, I don't care. I just really want to be good at what I do. And you know what, Derrick, that's a lot of fun to teach students like that, because you don't have to drive them.
Right. Yeah. Once they're bought in, it's
the
easy.
Work that I get is really good here at FSU, because we have students who really want to do well. And that's cool.
That's excellent. Yeah. And, you know, it's funny the way you spun that about it's not what you know, it's who you know, but it's really both.
Yep.
And I think it comes out depending on maybe even socioeconomic status, who's saying that. Because when I say that statement, you better already be prepared. You know, that's a given.
Yeah,
because I know that you can't come to the table, right? Because if you come to the table, especially if the doors aren't already open, if you're a first generation, you name it, you come to the table with knowing someone and you still are going to be short. Now, if your dad is this big CEO, you might be able to move a little bit differently. But for the people that I'm walking with and talking to, you better have your stuff together. And they know that from the jump. So
a lot of times we get one shot, right?
Oh, yeah.
We get one shot at whatever it is that we're trying to achieve. And if we're not prepared for that because we've been slacking and watching Netflix or skipping classes or, you know, not going to work on time, whatever it may be, we'll pay the price for that, right? People notice, just like, you know, our kids notice what we do as parents. You know, our employer is going to know what we do as an employee. They're aware of what we're doing, right? As an athlete, a coach knows what the athlete's doing. An athlete knows what the coach is doing. And so it's those consistent habits that really determine whether you're going to get that mentorship, that recommendation, et cetera.
Agree 100%.